Championships. Well, away they go now. The pacemakers have been asked to head out at 62 seconds per lap. That is a 12:55 pace. It would take them to 1,000 in 2:35, 2,000 in 5:10, 3,000 wait for it in 7:45. And that's usually where things start to come unstuck in that middle section of 5,000 metre races. When you've got a long way to go, you've got quite a few laps behind you. It takes real concentration and confidence to go hard in the middle of a 5,000 when you've got 5 or 6 laps to run. Edris is the man in great form, though. We know that. Looks supreme in Paris, out sprinting a very strong field with that 54-second last lap. And his final kilometre, Steve, in Paris was 2:25, but that's world-class closing.
Yeah, it was an interesting. I saw him, Tim, in Hengelo. He chose to run the 10,000 metres in what was effectively the Ethiopian trials, and really didn't look very good that day. It was got tailed off in the latter stages, ended up 5th or 6th, I think, and then he's bounced back. He really has bounced back to certainly stake a claim for the 5,000 metres. I don't think he'll get in the 10,000 metre team unless they decide those trials weren't relevant. But great form, as you said. He's got that pace that you need at 5,000 metres as well. So I'm intrigued today to see how quick he can go. I like watching this Cheptegei young boy, Joshua Cheptegei, the Ugandan. Sadly fell apart at the World Cross Country Championships when he went out there and he got so excited with a lap to go, I don't even remember, and almost had to walk across the line.
He staggered, didn't he?
He did, but he's a real talent. The 10,000, I expect to see him in the 10,000 at the World Championships. He's a good 5,000 metre runner as well. A developing talent. He's still young, and they've got a real talent on their hands there. So I'll be intrigued to see how he goes tonight.
Well, the pacemaker's doing a good job at the moment. That is the two pacemakers, Cheboi and Kangogo in first and second. In third place is Cheptegei, and then in fourth place Barega, the 17-year-old Ethiopian. He's running with real confidence as Alamirew moves up to fill a gap that was developing, but they are moving at around 62 seconds per lap tempo. Pacemaker's doing a good job at the moment, and Edris back in about 10th place in that royal blue vest, that slightly darker blue vest. But it's almost single file. Alamirew, the 27-year-old, is familiar with this sort of tempo. Won here in 2013. Cheptegei, by the way, World Junior Cross Country Champion back in 2014. Got good strength. As they head out now on this third lap. Well, they've just slowed up a little bit over this last lap and a half in the men's 5,000 metres. They're going to go through 4 laps. They were looking for 408 pace, and it's going to be something like 4:11 there or thereabouts, although it is still single file. It's still a fairly crisp tempo, about 13-minute pace, and if they can pick it up off that, then we will see the fastest time in the world this year. Nobody yet this year has gone under 13 minutes. The rankings actually are topped by Mo Farah with that win in Eugene back on the 27th of May. Just to remind you of Mo Farah's ability in Rio. He won the 5,000 metres, remember, at the Olympics with a 52.8 last 400, and his last kilometre was 2:23.9. That is what these guys are going to have to contend with, not just defeating their East African colleagues in races like this on the circuit, but contending with the qualifying rounds and then getting to the final and outfoxing an athlete with the experience and speed of Mo Farah. Nobody has done that in a major championship since 2000, before 2011. Mo Farah has won again and again and again.
And they're going to run out of chances after this, London. So it's almost irrelevant, kind of saying, oh, I wonder if Cheptegei could turn into the type of athlete who could challenge him, in a couple of years' time. He won't be running against him on the track.
Well, they come towards 2,000 metres in this 5,000, and we're looking for 5:10 in that, and they go through, well, they have picked it up, 5:11, that second kilometre, 2:35. Solid pace making over this last couple of laps. Not easy to maintain a tempo like that, even if these men, many of them have run a lot quicker than 7:45. That is the target for 3,000 metres. Still Alamirew in third place. He almost looked just then, actually, as though he was tripping over the two pacemakers in front of him. These 6 are beginning to get away, with the leading pair, of course, being those pacemakers, Cheboi and Kangogo. Well, back to this 5,000 metres where these 7 are away. It's still the second pacemaker, Kangogo, out in front. Cheptegei in third place. They have, just over 7 minutes on the clock. But over on the back straight in third place is Alamirew, still looking comfortable. Cheptegei running wide off the curb. Edris is there, the winner in Paris over 3,000. Barega, the 17-year-old with a best of 13.15, is running way, way beyond himself. Legese is in there too. He's a 13.08 performer. And behind him, I think I saw Albert Ropp is in there too. But Cheptegei, Alamirew, Edris, Barega, Legese just beginning to struggle there in 6th place as Kangogo surely will move aside now. 3,000 meters in 7:51, it has slowed, 7:52 almost. 2:40 that 3rd kilometre. I said these middle kilometres are really hard to nail, and they've let it slip quite dramatically there, Steve.
Yeah, and this is going to be the interesting part of the race. I mean, can the youngster, can Cheptegei grab hold of it? Can he pick it up? As you said, they've dropped to 2:40 for that last kilometre. Alamirew happy where he is. Edris is happy as well. And there's the youngster now on his own in the front as the pacemaker steps off to the side. So a bit of pressure here. Well, can he apply a bit of pressure? Can he just wind it up? Because you'd suspect, certainly with Edris, Alamirew at his best can kick, but Edris certainly can. I'm not sure Cheptegei has that change of pace in him, so can he try and force the pace here and try and break up this group of 4?
Well, Alamirew, as I said, one of the quickest men in history, is much quicker than Mo Farah against the clock. He's a 12:48 man. Farah's best is 12:53. I always think Mo Farah's worth about 10 seconds or more better at 5,000 metres. Remember, Farah is uniquely the European record holder at 1,500 metres and a half marathon. He also has got that European record now for 10,000 metres, but not for 5,000 metres. And he could have gone so much quicker. Kipchirchir and Rutto struggling way back behind this field as these 4 now head down the back straight. We're inside the last mile. Cheptegei taking on the burden of leading from Alamirew and Edris. And then that youngster, Barega, world junior champion last year at 5,000 metres in 4th place, hanging onto the coattails of this trio in front of him. But doesn't Edris there in the blue in 3rd place look relaxed?
Yeah, he's trying, Tim. You know, that the previous lap when the pacemaker dropped out was a 61.2. And he's doing his best to try and keep that going, but I don't think he's actually been able to pick up from that at all. Probably dropped back to a 63, 64, and that's why they're bunching. And now with just 3 to go, you know, the kickers are starting to gather themselves and think, yeah, I can hang on to this for another lap or 2, and then I'm there at the finish. Yeah, it was a 62.4. You know, so the last 800 has been 2, 3.5. So it's trying his best. It's not quite enough at the moment.
Well, Cheptegei, the leader, has good strength, 27.10. He ran for 10,000 metres last year. He's also a 7.34 performer this year. So he has that good speed at 3,000, the strength of a 10,000 metre run. And this event falling between the two should be ideal for him as they hit 4,000 metres now. There it is, 10.26, and that kilometre, 2.34. Remember, the 3rd kilometre was at 2.40. They've accelerated by some 5 seconds and more. As Cheptegei continues to do all the work. Now, is he going to dig deep here? Is he thinking about saving something for the last 200 metres? Because if you're going to lead, you're just going to act as an unofficial pacemaker for the rest. And you're not necessarily really thinking on your feet.
Well, they could be heading for sub-13 here, Tim. And that will be cracking. Look, here we go with 2 laps to go. 10.57, 10.58 at the bell. So a good last, you know, a good penultimate lap and then a big last lap. 4 men still in contention. Really good race being set up here. And I'm really enjoying this. I love to see a front runner trying to break the field, trying to get the kickers to get tired, to break off. And one by one, they're starting to feel this a little bit, but 650 metres to go.
Well, that last lap when they went through the line with a couple to go was a 62.3. It's still Cheptegei doing all the work, asking the questions. Edris there still looks relaxed. He's got wonderful leg speed as Edris. He can turn them over so quickly, so watch him in the blue in the middle of that trio. In 3rd place, this is an astonishing run from 17-year-old Selemon Barega. He's going to lock something like 15, 17 seconds off his personal best if he can hang on to these two around the final circuit, as it is, of course, the far more experienced Alamirew, who's dropping back in 4th place, has had enough. As they come to the bell this time, Edris gets his nose in front for the first time. That lap was a 62.03.
Sub 60 to go, under 13 minutes. We're heading for a world lead here. I'm pretty sure Edris has gone early, but you're right, Tim, the youngster having a cracking race. Cheptegei got nothing left to give now. So can Barega hang on to Edris? He's gone early here and hasn't broken him, hasn't got away. I'm sure he's got another gear to go. But what has Barega got?
2 meters in it from Edris, who hasn't really hit top gear yet. I think there's more to come before the little Ethiopian hits the straps from the youngster behind him, who's had the audacity to hang on to him over this last 300 meters. Cheptegei, the race-long leader, or second half of the race, certainly losing ground now, hasn't got the speed. But Edris now changes gear and kicks away from the youngster, or does he? Barega has still got speed. Is there daylight on the inside, or is he going to get there? Edris checks over his shoulder, and he's going to take this one. There's no doubt about it. The winning time, 12:55.24. That final circuit, 55.3. Wow, 55.1 officially. I'm looking at my own watch, which is marginally wrong again. But it matters not a jot, because from Muktar Edris, that was fabulously quick, very close to his best from 2014. He won Paris with a burst over the last 50. Here he took it from 300 or 400 meters out and gradually wound it up down the home straight. But he had to maintain it well, because the youngster, Selemon Barega, has broken 13 minutes. He's improved from 13:15 to something like 12:55, 12:56, yeah, 12:55, a personal best by 20 seconds for Barega. The Ethiopian production line of great middle distance runners continues. Good running from Cheptegei when you think he did so much of the work to go under 13 minutes for the first time.
Well, stunning times there, and
the last 1200, Steve, sorry, the last 1200 from Edris was well under 3 minutes. That is world-class closing. I know Mo Farah's very familiar with that, but it's going to take that sort of quality, that sort of speed endurance to get even close to Mo.